going back to last Thursday night, the Kansas City Baltimore game, really I thought it went as expected. The only thing that kind of surprised me a little bit was that I thought Lamar Jackson did a little too much. I thought he
Yeah.
ran a little too much. I thought the Ravens kind of relied on his legs more than giving the ball to Derrick Henry and relying on his legs. So that kind of surprised me a little bit. Uh, and what really is going to be shocking is when the Chiefs get all their weapons, when they add a Hollywood Brown and his speed to Worthy and to what Rice can do, and then all their tight ends and Kelsey leading the way at the tight ends. They're going to be very, very good
Yeah.
and very tough to stop. How'd you see it?
Yeah, that was very similar. I mean, I think part of the Derrick Henry issue was the fact they were behind the sticks so much on early downs, whether it was illegal formation or holds or whatnot. Um, and when you're behind the sticks, you can't really. They're kind of went away from that power run scheme that I think makes the Ravens the Ravens. So I'm interested to see this upcoming week if that's still an issue or if that kind of fixes itself almost with less penalties. If there are less penalties, I mean, I feel like every game we watched, it was just flag, 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 flag. Um,
Yeah, the officials definitely were the stars of this weekend in different games.
yeah. So hopefully that'll. I mean, that was actually the only NFL bet that we lost on the weekend was a prop with Derrick Henry. I thought he would go over his rushing prop. We had 62.5. I thought that'd be a pretty easy cash. And early on, he was kind of on pace, even with no real explosive runs, and he didn't have a ton of volume. I think he had 6 runs after the first quarter, which was solid, but then he only had like 1 run or 2 runs in the second quarter. It was just they were decent yardage, so we weren't too far behind um, where we needed to be with that. But I agree with you on Lamar. I think Lamar went back to kind of the older Lamar, not last year's version of him, where he was pocket breaks down, he's gone. It wasn't a use his feet to extend a play in the passing game as much as it was use his feet to just pick up yards. So that was definitely something to take note of with player props potentially going forward with him. And with the Chiefs, they're loaded on both sides
Yeah,
of the ball.
yeah. For the Chiefs, for me, the player props are going to be really tough because
Mm-hmm.
you add a Hollywood Brown to the mix, and Worthy can strike at any time, but he's kind of a home run hitter. And when you only have 17 opportunities to produce that way, he's not going to be a touchdown in every game.
Yeah.
So with that, I think they're going to be more hit and miss. How'd the code do? How'd we look
It
that
was
week?
pretty much spot on. Line from the sports books was right around 3, with the over under right around the 46.5, 47 range. We made the game 3. We had Chiefs -3, so right in line with that. And then our final score we had projected around 26-23 Chiefs. So 26-23 to 27-0. Not, I mean that's fairly close. It's like it's slightly into the over, but not nearly enough variance for us to have a play on it.
Yeah, well, it's nice to see that the code was still right on,
Yep.
but like you said, just the variance wasn't there for us to make it a pick, so that's always good to know that it's right on. So with that, I think the Chiefs are really looking good early on this season, and I can see them being strong. Heading injury is the only thing that's really going to derail them
Yeah.
up and coming. And truth be told, I think if the Ravens are playing anybody but the Chiefs, I think they played well enough to get a W against you know 29, 30 other teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
So
They'll be all right.
yeah, I think both teams will be very good. I still think both teams are playoff teams.
Yep.